Okay, so we find ourselves in this spot, the same strategy, gold on 5 minutes. I love this strategy, it's my favorite, so sue me. Okay, now let's see if okay, so we were in a trade here. We got stopped out. The first thing that I would like to ask you is if you were to re-enter on this candle. So pause the video and think if you were to re-enter. Okay, so if you answered yes, the answer was correct, because as you can see, the market still respects this nice downtrend. As you can see, the EMA is still holding, so I would risk another position right here. Again, market still makes lower lows, so we are poised for another lower low. Again, EMAs are nicely in our favor. Stochastic RSI again is correct. So let's place a trade right here and see what will happen. Sorry about this. Okay, this is the short position. Stop loss, again, 0.5 above the ATR. So if we are looking at the purple line retest, it will be 249,407. Okay, so that's our stop loss and we are in this position. Again, I told you to target 2 to 1, but this is about managing winning positions. So let's leave the position go and we will figure out what will happen when the time comes. Okay, so you are in the position. The position goes quite well. You see this huge candle, and at this point, yeah, it's okay to take some partials or maybe leave your stop loss at 2 to 1 where you would originally have it, and just ride the position to the downside. Okay guys, so what are we seeing right now? We see this downward momentum continuing with huge impulse. As you can see, big candles. You are still in this trade, so you're a lucky guy. And we are waiting for a retrace. Okay, so this is the first retrace. What are we seeing now? The low hasn't been broken, but the previous candle's high has been broken. What does this tell us? Well, this tells us that we may have some ranging price action around this area. So we may have, oh, sorry, what's this? We may have price doing something along these lines here. So in this case, what can we do? Well, we can place our stop loss, let's say $0.50 above. So it will be around this area. And see what happens. So we just want to be sheltered from this range. So what's here? It's let's say at 37.2, somewhere around here. So we are expecting, based on this candle, we're expecting a range. Now we sheltered ourselves for this range. If this range were to break to the upside, our position would be done. Let's move on and see what happens. Price keeps on going to the downside. Okay, so momentum is to our side. Again, what do we see here? Price isn't broken. This low isn't broken. The high is broken, so we are expecting some range bound action right here, right? Given that this wick is long, I would wait for another candle. And again, price seems to be going down, but again, attention guys, pay attention to how the price is going to the downside. As you can see, we shifted from these huge red candles to candles that kind of reject. So as you can see, it went down, it rejected, it went up, it rejected. Again, these are signs of inbound ranging or reversing markets. So we will have to wait to see if any of the high is broken. But again, momentum to the downside. We still have rejection right here. At this point, this is basically the channel that we are looking at. So the stop loss should be amended. Again, this channel, if it were to break to the upside, be it so it breaks to the upside, it takes our position out. But again, we are following the trend of the market. We are basically listening what the market has to say to us. So let's say we put the stop loss at 8 to 1, which is a decent one, win. for the moment and see how the market will continue to react. As you can see, the momentum has been resumed to the downside, but again guys, what do we see here? Okay, now this is interesting. Okay, so let's take this thing out. Okay, so you are still in this position, you are 8-1 locked, so there is no issue for you to panic, even if price seems to be reversing. Okay, so what's the first sign of a range? As I told you, price struggles to make lower lows or a previous local high is broken. This would be our previous local high because it's an inside bar. So for the moment, I will leave the stop loss as it is and wait for the next candle to show itself. Okay, now that we have some retracement, what do we know about ranges? Well, if this low isn't broken, then we may have ourselves another range on our hands right here, right? Let's look a bit to the left and see what holds this range. So again guys, you have to implement every bit of price action that you know. So we have we have this area right here that serves as a potential liquidity and demand zone, correct? So we will keep an eye on it. We have our forecast that this market is going to range, and given that we have marked this zone, we can add another one to our trade. So we are now at 9-1, looking at this range and seeing how it will react. Again, if this zone will be broken, if this anticipated range will break this zone, yeah, we have 9-1, so be it. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so as you can see, price respects our drawing. Okay, so this low hasn't been broken yet. We have a range in our hands. We are looking at this level because this range may as well break to the downside so that we can add further profits to our position. Let's see what happens. Again, price seems to be ranging. And as you can see now, price is approaching the purple EMA and this area, and let's see how it reacts to it. We have a nice rejection to that area, and now that this range is confirmed that it's rejecting the price, we can add additional certainty to the position. So we can add another 1-1. So now we are at 10-1 with our position, which is still running, and we are waiting for this range to break in either direction. As you can see, the range is still holding, and now we've created the lower low, so this range has been broken right here. In this case, when the range is broken, we may expect, again, what happens after the impulse, guys? Retracement, maybe, to this area. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot. If this were the case, I would secure some more profit right here. Let's say 14-1. And let's see what happens to the market after this. Okay, so what does this look like, guys? So we have a nice impulse, retest to previous structure, and we have a nice tidy bear flag on our hands right here. Let's see if it confirms, and it does. It breaks all the way to the downside, but this wick is bad. Okay, so we have a nice impulse to the downside, but the wick is bad. So these are signs of trade reversals, guys. So you have to take as much possible from the position as you can. Now, what do we expect the market to do now? Well, we may expect it to retest this level or to reverse altogether. Stop loss should be at 15-1 up to now, so close to this level. We don't want to give the market the opportunity to reverse with a huge chunk of our profits. So let's see what happens. Fortunately for us, the momentum comes to the downside, still goes to the downside. Let's see if we can break that low. Yeah. And again, guys, what happened here? Well, a nice and tidy bull flag. Second one in a row. Again, we have the impulse to the downside. This level held, so we will drag our position all the way down to this level, which makes it a whopping... I know this is an ideal scenario, guys, but I wanted you to see what can happen if you have patience and don't flinch and close your positions at 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1 just because the green candle shows up, and just be composed and look at what the market has to offer you. So we are now, I know this is ludicrous, but we are now at, I said ludil, yeah, okay. Okay, so we are now at 19 to 1 and the trend is still going, guys. What are we seeing here? Again, a break of previous structure. Third bear flag in a row. Again, we had patience and now we can lock even more of our position. So now we are at 22 to 1. And the market seems to be going down, but now the market is getting close to stopping us out. And again, don't move your stop loss. As you can see, this is a huge candle, a huge bearish, a huge bullish reversal candle, which will signal at least a range in this area, guys. So seeing this, leave your stop loss as it is. If the market takes it out, so be it. Yeah, okay, so the market took it out. But as you can see, just by not sticking to standard indicator-based strategies that tell you to close your position at 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 1.5 to 1, we managed to squeeze close to 22 to 1, which is insane. We had nice market conditions, but I have to admit, I searched for this instance just to show you how you can manage a trade, a winning trade, if the market goes in your favor, if you are composed and don't close your position right when you are in profit, and just wait till the end and continuously listen to what the market has to tell you. Okay, now let's switch to some losing trade management.